Welcome back to Case Closed Anime Review, episode number 49. This one reviewing the 13th film released for the series, The Raven Chaser, released in 2009. Yes, movie came out 10 years ago. Yep, it was also the last one released from the last decade. Yes, the thing with this film is that it starts off quite interestingly, with having 6 people die. Well, I had one person die in the open act, but basically this is one of about 6 different murders. And then we have a very interesting scene. I love this scene. I got handed to the writer of this film. Because the fact it happened all over Japan, in multiple different areas. Basically, McGuire and the superintendent is called upon like almost every single detective who has appeared in the series at this point in time, like everybody. I mean, not just the ones from Tokyo. Oh no, we have the brothers, the ones who are inspectors from 2 different cities. We have the who I agree he's a quack, the detective from Genma. Let's see, we also have Yamamoto from one of their provinces. Yeah, they throw in like everybody. Like everybody appears in this movie. Like I'm thinking, no, this is a fantastic stroke of genius. They do contribute a little bit to the story, not much. The brothers contribute the least amount of stuff related to the story, and of course, Yaitomo and Yakuza basically are just fanboying over Moriko over Ichimura. Yeah, they're fanboying over him the whole film because these two are big fans of his. And the thing is, this is the second time I've seen Yakito interact with Takagi and Saito. Though they interact just beginning to see the movie, was like, wow, it's like so good. It's something though the other detectives don't interact with with Rachel for some reason. I mean, you have Saito and Takagi do that, but not the other ones. Not the other ones who are close to Rachel. Nope. And of course, we have all these detectives come in basically to investigate this massive serial killer case. And then of course we also have like there's also a subplot involving which some Detective Boys, the Junior Detective League do, where a beetle has this basically open sticker on it. I think it's a prank, and this was a minor plot thread they actually did resolve. What this is basically someone's confined to a building for 10 days. I'll review who that is in a minute. And of course, well, they meet a suspect at a mall. Yes, a mall. And they confront him, and there's a woman takes hostage. Conan knows something quite interesting about this woman, that her ankle is bulging. And it turns out this woman is actually Vermouth. Yes, but before he gets that, he notices that something very odd, like her like a tune related to the boss of Black Organization email. This movie's got a ton of continuity nods. Like, oh my gosh, there's references to when the last time he met with Vermouth, the the whole thing with Yakuza. Even though he doesn't really evolve in the story very much. Yeah, I mentioned he's the only officer who's ever knocked out. And I do appreciate the fact this movie basically is referencing continuity. Like, it's implied this movie might be actually canon, though it's more of expansion canon, per se. Yeah. And of course, basically, Colin basically figures out, though, because the fact that, because he spots Jin's car, like, and how he tells Anita about this, she is shocked the fact Jin is in town. Of course, he's afraid of the man. Of course, the movie opens up with also a nightmare sequence, so somehow Jin and Vodka have got some more detectives inside of it, and they know that he's Jimmy Kudo, and they're about to shoot Ran, and then all of a sudden wake up and say it's just a nightmare. But it's an interesting way. But even though it's a nightmare, I highly doubt this is going to happen anytime in the future. Because if it did, that'd be pretty much the end of the series if they kill off her. Because, well, he would go on a killing spree, almost as bad as basically Aki doing it with the Black Organization when they killed his girlfriend, who happened to be Anita's sister. Of course, they reference her sister in the series. Yes. And they figure out, though, that the guy's name is Irish. You don't see this guy's face until much later. It's not until like the last like half hour of the movie we finally see this man's face. And basically this guy's coming after he fights Rachel. Yep. Guess oh yeah, you're a karate expert. Despite the fact that she's a black belt. And apparently she knows all about dodging bullets thanks to Jimmy Kudo mentioning to her some point when they were in tropical land. Yeah, it's interesting though the fact they actually did that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like okay, like what is so special about this music park? The fact is it's been referenced in one film. It's been physically appeared in another film. It's appeared several times in the course of the series. Appeared in the freaking pilot. Like, what is so special about this amusement park that has to have people constantly reference the damn thing? Hmm. Just cause. And of course, well, at one point while they're chasing a particular person, Saito. Yes, Saito is one who notices there's something so off here because both the tires on Tagagi's car, it's not her car, it's Tagagi's car, were both flat at the same time. And she kind of reveals a little later that was done by a sniper. And we also see Chidori and Korn, the window, and basically Chidori comments to Tagagi, like calls him cute boy, and Korn calls Saito nice girl. Yeah. Too bad these four characters never meet ever in the canon. Nope, they never do. That would be interesting if they actually did. For one thing, I think that Ghidorah would probably get the crap beat out of her by Saito because how much of a good fighter she is. Takagi basically whimpered, but he at least is a brave person. That's my think. He's not that good of a fighter per se, but hey, at least he's brave. Hmm. And of course, Saito suspects that there's actually someone who's a spy for someone outside the police force. Of course, Conan will never tell them it's a black organization because if they do, yeah, that will basically cause a whole bunch of mess. I wouldn't be surprised sometime in the near future he might tell Saito about this because he does trust her. Yeah, but the only person who does know about and something though that when it comes to black organization, the fact that the FBI doesn't appear in the movies yet, I think they do. They did appear in the Crossover film I did talk about in the second last video I talked about. I don't know when they make the film debut just yet because I haven't got to it yet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, Conan's going around doing a lot of investigating this movie, questioning a lot of people. And of course, when Saito investigates the same people, he questions, like, oh, a boy with glasses came by a visit, and of course, they figure out it's Conan. They contact McGuire. McGuire's like quite surprised about this, and of course, and for Richard Moore, it's not surprising, but it's like I never gave orders to do that. He just probably did it his own. Mm-hmm. By the way, Conan does not get any punishment for basically doing this at all. Yeah, because the stuff he finds a little. It seems like though basically Conan's finding stuff either just a little bit faster than Saito is. Though Saito's the only person besides Conan who suspects that there's a traitor. I will reveal this in a minute. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then of course, well, he does confront the actual murderer who actually committed the murders, suspecting it was something to do with this guy's dead girlfriend. It turns out, though, that he actually not committed the murders. Nope. It was his girlfriend's brother who committed the murders. All over a fire took place 2 years prior. We also have, here's interesting something, though. Harley and Koch appear in the movie. Harley appears for like 2 scenes. And that's it. He appears at his school talking to Jimmy Coo on the phone. And, of course, see him a little bit later on in like near like some side of the road someplace. And that's last scene. He just basically investigates a fire that took place in Kyoto 2 years prior. And Kaji is only seen for 1 scene. Though she nearly causes Harley to fall out of a window because he's sitting near the window. It's Japanese high school. Normally they wouldn't see us in American high schools. Windows are not like this. They'll be open like this. Yep. Serena is in the movie. Also for 2 scenes. Her contribution is seeing Conan go into Tokyo Tower. And of course, contacting Rachel about it. Then it shows up a little later. Yeah, she does nothing in the actual. The only thing she contributes to the plot is getting Rachel to Tokyo Tower and talk to her later. That is basically it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to reveal now who Iris posed as. The Superintendent. Yeah. Of course, well, Conan basically was generally, from his point of view, he was probably the first person he suspected, not McGuire. And I don't. He of course he probably suspected they probably would not have been either McGuire or Saito or any of the female detectives because well they're women. But the superintendent, well, he does fit the bill basically who Irish could pose as, and we do see the Irish. Apparently he's a blonde. Yes, Irish is a blonde. Oh yeah, he's a master disguise, just like Vermouth is. Yeah, and Coach Conan confronts Vermouth in a parking lot. Talks a little about the organization, and then of course she gets away pretty scot free. But of course, Conan basically doesn't talk about the fact, hey, you're my mom's best friend, and that's the only reason why I'm not exactly taking you in right now. Yeah, because he knows that, but doesn't bring it up at all. Matter of fact, Conan's mom is not mentioned at all the whole film, which I thought that's weird. I would think though, Vermouth is his mother's best friend, and yet she's not even mentioned at all. Yep. But of course, we also see a little bit later on Vermouth's motorcycle she loves to ride on. We see it at it's at one particular park, and I'm thinking motorcycle. Only one character I can think of aside from this is of course where it has to be set up in the series, so it must be Vermouth, and it is. It's her motorcycle, and of course Anita sees her and shakes. She's afraid of her. Yep. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. Let's see. Oh yeah, Jin shows up in an attack helicopter and shoots up the frickin' tower. Yes, with Conan and everyone else inside of unconscious. Of course, everyone else is gone upstairs yet. But my gosh, wow, he just shoots the thing up because, well, first he shoots Irish, though he basically is still alive, and then he shoots, and then basically is sniped twice, and then eventually Conan is basically raising to the top of the tower, while also being shot at. Of course, he also gets wounded in the shoulder, and he takes the helicopter via a spotlight that he took out via the thing, using the suspenders he used one other time in the movie. He basically pulls the thing down with him on, and basically launches up sky high and hits the engine of the helicopter, causing the thing to crash. And knowing these four people in this particular helicopter, they're all gonna live because they're alive in the series. Because I think even people who make movies though don't kill off these characters because they're still alive in the manga. Yep. Trying to think if there was anything else. Not well. During the mall scene, McGuire got stabbed in the frickin' belly, but he says his belly fat kind of basically blocked the whole thing. Which okay, yeah, I get the fact he's overweight and there's been mild poking at him about that the whole series, but it's not exactly a big factor when it comes to him. But he does protect a detective from Yamamoto's his female partner who's in love with him, and he's like he can never forgive himself if a detective from another precinct gets injured in his district. Yeah, at least he got praise the fact McGuire is basically is a man who has guts. Well, let's say he's basically a very brave person. He's got a lot of courage. Yep. And of course, the movie ends with basically everybody just recovering from everything, and yeah, not much else to say about this movie. It's really, really good. Yes, I do recommend if people are fans of Case Close because it's just a really dang good movie. Yeah, not much else to say. Now, when I last looked online, the newest episode to Dragon Ball Super is not uploaded yet. I'll keep checking. If not, basically this might be the last video I do today because, well, there's nothing. I mean, the only else I probably could do is probably do is tomorrow, probably another Pandora Hearts manga review. But yeah, that's it for this particular video. Probably stay tuned for tomorrow for more videos. Basically, probably another Case Closed special and probably some more manga stuff from Pandora Hearts. Okay, we'll see you next video. Bye.